The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Why, hi there, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 15th day of November 2023. Would you believe it's only a week till Thanksgiving tomorrow? It doesn't seem possible, does it? Well, welcome to our traditional World Series where we take the best record in the American League against the best record in the National League. In this case, it's the Baltimore Orioles and the Atlanta Braves. And the season or the series, I'll get this right, English is my first language, shifts to Baltimore for games 3, 4, and 5 if needed. The Braves have won the first two. That's the good news. If you're a Braves fan, they won them both in Atlanta. That 6-5 16-inning classic that we played last Friday, and Monday's 5-3 win over the Orioles. The Orioles, this is a must-win game. The series certainly is not over yet, but they have given up what they can afford to give up. Atlanta has essentially held serve. The Orioles will go with Tyler Wells, who went 7-6 on the real year, but his whip is pretty good. And against this powerful Atlanta lineup, you need all the help you can get. Elder gets a call for Atlanta. It is actually a warm night here in Baltimore, 66 degrees, clear skies, and winds from left to right at 7. I was watching some of the 79 World Series a few days ago. Played in almost snow in a field torn apart by football. Sometimes the past ain't what she was cracked up to be. So the Orioles and the Braves, game 3 of our traditional World Series right now. As Retro Sports Network presents the 2023 Traditional World Series. Tonight, from Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland, it is the Baltimore Orioles and the Atlanta Braves. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalToDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Of course they have the wrong screen up. Why would I want the right screen up? Certainly. Internet a little funky. All right, how you doing, Bernie? Tyler Wells gets the call for this one. Tyler made 20 starts. His whip of 986 made him a good Game 3 candidate. He went 7-6 on the real year, a 3.64 ERA. 28 years old, fastball at 89, and a fly ball pitcher. He threw 118 and 2/3, 83 hits, 25 homers. He walked 34 and struck out 117. The lineup he'll face for Atlanta, who is hitting so well in this series, Ronald Acuna Jr. in right will lead off. Sean Murphy behind the plate batting second. Matt Olson at first bats third. Ozuna in left will clean up. Riley at third batting fifth. Ozzie Albies at second bats sixth. Rosario the DH going seventh. Arcia at short eighth, and Harris the second in center, that second leadoff man, batting ninth. Elder, the pitcher today for the Braves. The Orioles and their manager of the year and rookie of the year. We'll go with Austin Hayes, a 7-7 in left. Aaron Hicks, a 5-7 in center. Santander, a 7-6 in right. Gunnar Henderson is a 6 at third. Mateo, a 7 at short. Adam Frazier, a 5 at second. Ryan Mountcastle, a 7 at first. Royschman, a 7 and a 5 behind the plate. And Wells, a 6 on the mound with an 880 WCBS fielding percentage. Acuna Jr., 3 for 10 in this series, a home run and 3 RBI. As we said, ideal conditions for Baltimore on the 6th day of October. 66 degrees, winds left to right at 7. And Wells, I thought I changed you. Apparently not. Wells is ready. And Acuna sends this one into deep left field. Back goes Hayes in the corner, and that's going off the wall. So Acuna is in the second standing on the fourth pitch of the ballgame. And that'll bring up Sean Murphy. Murph at 375, a home run and 3 RBI in the first 2 games. So the Braves right back to it here to start Game 3. You just missed Acuna hitting a double. Murph, it's a ground ball to third. Henderson is there over to Mountcastle for the out, 1 away. Matt Olson, 4 for 10. With a double, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. He's hitting .400. There's a fly ball, right field. Back goes Santander, and that ball is in the Boog Powell's rib joint. That ball was crushed. And so the Braves jump out in front here. 2-0 here in the top of the first. You hit 54 home runs in real life, and he just took Wells very deep. Olson's hungry to start. So what happened to Atlanta in the real playoffs? Because this team just seems loaded for bear. Marcell Ozuna, 5 for 10 in this World Series with 2 RBI, 5 singles. Pitch from Wells, and there's a fly ball left center field. Back goes Hayes, and that is off the wall. So Ozuna is going for 3. The throw to Henderson is not in time, and the Braves pretty much need a single to hit for the cycle in the inning. So 1 out, and it's 2-0 already, and this should have been the Orioles' best starter. Here is Austin Riley, 4 for 10. Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola on his game. So good pitching beats good hitting. Wow. Pitch to Riley. Popped up. Right side. Frazier will make the catch, and there's 2 out. 2 runs, of course, not an eternity in this game. But Atlanta, whew. Here's Ozzie Albies. 1 for 11. He's one of the 2 weak links. Has an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout. Albies sends this one into right. Santander in the alley, and then we'll make the catch, and that will do it. Atlanta, however, puts a 2 spot on the board on 3 hits and no errors. Half an inning in the books. 2-0 Braves. So here is Bryce Elder. And by the way, the Phillies fan you could just see the smile on his face as he typed Zach Wheeler in Arizona. Elder is 23. Throws a fastball at 91 and a ground ball pitcher. Made 31 starts for the Braves, 12-4. 174 2/3 for Bryce, 160 hits. 19 homers, he walked 63 and struck out 128. So the Orioles already behind the 8 ball, down 2 games in the series, and down a couple of runs here in Game 3. Aaron Hicks in center will lead off. Urias, the DH, will bat second. Gunnar Henderson, the American League Rookie of the Year, will go at third. Santander cleans up in right. Royschman behind the plate, batting 5th. Mountcastle at first, goes 6th. Hayes in left, batting 7th. Frazier at second, going 8th. And Mateo at short, batting 9th. Wells threw 22 pitches in his half of the first. Marcell Ozuna is a 3-3 in left. Harris, a 7-7 in center. Acuna is a 7-8 in right. Riley at 8 at third. Arcia a 7 at short. Albies a 7 at second. Matt Olson a 9 at first. Sean Murphy an 8 and a 6 behind the plate. And Elder is a 6 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. So the Orioles need to get it together. Aaron Hicks 3 for 9 on the series. Has singled 3 times and scored twice. He's also walked 3 times. And he laces this one past Albies into center field for a base hit. So Brandon Hyde The American League Manager of the Year will hold him at first. And a good start for Baltimore. Here's Urias, the DH, 3 for 8. Has struck out 3 times and singled 3 times. And the Phillies fan puts a smiley face by Zach, a contented face by Zach Wheeler, and the your mom realizes you didn't do your homework face next to Aaron Nola. Pitch to Urias. There's a slow ground ball to short. Arcia's only play is to first. Urias is running, and he is out on a bang-banger. So a little faster, he probably would have beat it out. They're doing yard work here on the 15th of November outside. It's 45 degrees in town and windy. There are leaves everywhere, but I guess you got to do them. Here's Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar is 6 for 11 in this series. A home run, or 2 home runs, 3 RBI, and a double. He's hitting .545. And he laces this one into right in front of Acuna Jr. for a single. Hicks will round third and hold. So the Orioles have runners on the corners, 1 out for Anthony Santander, 3 for 11, a solo homer, and 5 strikeouts on the series. So first and third, 1 out. Elder would like a ground ball right about now. He won't get it. That's going to drop in front of Acuna Jr. in right center for a hit. Hicks will score. Henderson will hold, and it's 2-1. For Adley Reuschman, the catcher, 3 for 9. 3 singles with an RBI. So the Orioles respond right back. The Phillies fan, still not bitter or anything. Nola lost about $10 million per year with that last start versus Arizona in the NLCS. Reuschman into right. Acuna coming in. Albies going out. Is this going to drop in front of everybody? Yes, it is. It's an old-fashioned Texas leaguer. Acuna, Albies, and Olsen all converged on it, and they all watched it drop. And now the bases are loaded for Ryan Mountcastle, who was 1 for 10. He does have a double and has scored twice. So the Orioles, Henderson the tying run, Santander the go-ahead run. And Reuschman goes and pulls the rabbit's foot out of his back pocket. Mountcastle, that's in the shallow center. That probably isn't deep enough to score Henderson. Harris, the second, makes the catch, and he throws it in the infield. Henderson ties the ball game. So the 2 runs Atlanta got in the first have been erased. It's 2-2. And that'll bring up Austin Hayes. Austin 2 for 8 on the series. A home run and 3 RBI. Elder from the stretch. Into right field, past Acuna Jr. Santander's going to score. Reuschman's going to round third and score. Hayes is in the second standing, and the Orioles have a 4-2 lead. So Matt Olson, normally a good fielder, dove but came up empty. And so the Orioles have a 4 spot here in the first. Here's Adam Frazier, 0 for 8 with a strikeout. Make it 2 strikeouts as Elder got him to end the inning. He got him to chase a fastball. However, the Orioles put 4 up on the board on 5 hits and no errors. They leave on 1. After 1, Baltimore 4, Atlanta 2. So Rosario, Arcia, and Harris the second to face Tyler Wells here in the second. Rosario 2 for 7 on the series with 2 strikeouts. Chopper to Mateo, over to Mountcastle, 1 out. So the Orioles had a big lead in game 1. and their bullpen let it slip away. Atlanta pretty much won game 2 of these, and the Orioles storm back down 2 to get 4 on the board. Arcia 1 for 11 for Atlanta, a single and RBI. Pitch from Wells, chopper foul first base side. Toss to the creator of the Thespian series, sitting along the first base dugout. So a ball and 2 strikes to Arcia. Wells deals. Line drive to Mateo, makes a tremendous catch to save a hit. That was off the bat at about 105 miles an hour, and Mateo just snared it. Does his best Heinrich Lundqvist impression. 2 out for Michael Harris II, who was 5 for 11 with a double and RBI in this series. Wells from the wind. That is bunted foul. Henderson let that roll, and it finally rolled foul. The count is 0-2. Pitch from Wells. Roped into right field. Santander's going to throw to second. Harris trying for it. Mateo can't get the tag down. And that's a 2-out double. 4th hit for the Braves. Wells is opening 9, an inning and 2/3, 34 pitches, 4 hits, a home run to Olson. No walks and no strikeouts. Acuna doubled and scored in the first. Pitch from Wells to third. Henderson is there, over to Mountcastle, and the Braves will end it right there. They get a hit, and that's it. They've left on 2. Bottom of the second here in Game 3. Orioles 4, Braves 2. So Mateo, how you doing, Mike from the truck? Hicks and Urias here in the second for Baltimore. Jorge 0 for 10 on the series with a walk and 2 strikeouts. He flies this one to left down in the corner. Ozuna, 1 out. Game 4 tomorrow, noon Eastern. Aaron Hicks singled and scored in the first. Elders opening 9, 25 pitches, inning and a third, 5 hits, and a strikeout. Ground ball to Olson. He'll underhand it to Elder, covering, 2 out. Again, warm weather here in Baltimore. 65 degrees, clear skies, beautiful night. Urias is 0 for 1. Elder from the line, ground ball to third. Riley across the way for the out. So that'll do it. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the third here in Game 3, 4-2 Baltimore. So Murphy, Olson, and Ozuna to face Wells here in the third. Murph is 0 for 1. And he draws the walk. So Olson, who slammed his first home run into Boog Powell's barbecue pit his first time up, is at the plate. Wells, who nearly struck out a batter an inning on the real year, and doesn't have one yet. Murph has no speed. Got him. He chased an 0-2 fastball, 1 out. Ozuna tripled his first time up. Now hitting .545 in the series. Wells from the stretch. Walked him. So first and second, 1 out for Austin Riley, who is 0 for 1. Struck him out. He chased a 2-2 fastball, 2 out. Here's Ozzie Albies. Ozzie's 0 for 1. So 4-2 Baltimore, top of the third, 2 out. Wells takes a deep breath and deals. Got him. He strikes out the side. A fastball on the black outside. And that'll do it. The Braves don't get a hit. They leave on 2. After 2.5, 4-2 Birds. So here's Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar singled to start his night. He's now hitting .583, 7 for 12. Elder starts the third, ball 4. So here's Santander. Anthony RBI single and a run scored. Henderson with good speed. Elder goes to the plate. That might be two. Albies only play is to first. Henderson wasn't being sent, but Albies figured that he had no shot. He gets the runner at first, one out. For Reuschmann, who singled and scored in the first. An Oriole win today guarantees we'll see all three here in Baltimore. Pitch to Reuschmann. Ground ball to Albies. Henderson moves easily to third. And Reuschmann is retired. 2 out for Mountcastle. Sack fly is first time up. It is so strange to actually see Camden Yards be used as Camden Yards and not because I forgot to make the ballpark for whatever season I'm doing. Pitch to Mountcastle. Base hit left field. Henderson's going to score. Ozuna throws it in, and it's 5-2 Baltimore. Nothing like some home cooking to make you feel better, huh? Here's Austin Hayes. He had that 2-run double in the first. It's now driven in 5 for Baltimore on the series. Pitch to Hayes. Line drive to Arcia, and that'll do it. However, the Orioles get a big run on a hit. They leave a runner on. After 3, it's 5-2 Baltimore. So Rosario, Arcia, and Harris the second to face Tyler Wells. We'll be doing an extra edition of Digital Dice after the game to talk about gaming subscriptions. So Wells giving me the fatigue symbol. Boy, they would like to get him through 5. The Orioles' pen is in better shape, especially with a day off between games 2 and 3. I don't know how teams do it. Pitch to Rosario. High fly ball to right. Back goes Santander. That's off the wall. Rosario is in the second standing. I will say this. Mobile gaming is a $9 billion a year industry. Billion. Here's Arcia. He's 0 for 1. Rosario on second. Nobody out here in the fourth. Gets away from Reuschmann. The throw down to Henderson, and Rosario is in there. So full count. Wells takes a deep breath and deals. High fly ball to left. That should be caught. Hayes will grab it. Rosario to tag, and the throw is coming home, and Reuschmann can't put on the tag. And so now it's 5-3. So 1 out. Here's Harris. He doubled his first time up. And that ball is long gone. An absolute laser off the bat over the scoreboard in right center field. And now it's 5-4. These two teams can rake. How you doing, Scotty? So the Braves have a 2 spot here on the board in the fourth. And Wells, this is an outing they needed him to go a strong 5, and he's not going to get out of the fourth. 83 pitches for 18 batters, 3 1/3. 6 hits, 2 long balls. He's walked 2 and struck out 3. All 4 runs are earned. Acuna Jr. has a double. He's 1 for 2, and he scored. Pitch from Wells. Fly ball, left field. Hayes going back in the corner, and we're tied up. So, for the second time in the series, the Orioles have coughed up a big lead. Acuna's second of the series is going to chase Wells. It's Atlanta 5, Baltimore 5. We'll be back. So now you got to figure out who you're going to get some long relief from. You figure that Kramer is going to go tomorrow. So it's Grayson Rodriguez who gets the long call today. Just because you really can't afford to go 5 innings of 1-inning relievers. You need someone to get you 2 or 3. Rodriguez did not come out of the pen in there. He's 7-4, 4.35 ERA, just 23. This Oriole team is so young. Fastball at 93 and a fly ball pitcher. 122 innings, 121 hits, 16 homers. He walked 42 and struck out 129. Purdy says, I wish Strat well with their new game. If I were them, I would promote it as a gambling handicapping program. Otherwise, the market is too small. I disagree with that, Bernie. Although you'll probably play the game. Now, I was surprised. I looked it up. It's a $9 billion industry. Mobile gaming. Subscription gaming. Sean Murphy is 0-for-1 with a walk. So Rodriguez, they'd love to get him into the 7th if they can. Murph into right center. Hicks will make the catch. 2 out. So here's Matt Olson. Matt 1 for 2. He homered in the first to make it 2-0 Atlanta. As a strikeout. That's into right. Santander in the corner. And will make the catch to retire the side. However, the Braves get 3 runs on 3 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th in a 5-5 tie. So here are the first 2 games of the series. That 16-inning classic we played Friday, 6-5, where Matt Olson had 3 hits. And then Atlanta won game 2. They upended Baltimore 5-3. So Atlanta now has 16 runs in this series. So here's Adam Frazier. He struck out his first time up. Pitch from Elder. There's a fly ball, center field. Back goes Harris, way back there. And that's gone. Ain't nobody got time to worry about who your ace pitcher is. This one's been all offense. Frazier gives the Orioles a 6-5 lead. He put that one just to the left of the bleachers in right center. My goodness. So the Orioles, again, they are a plucky, plucky bunch. Here's Mateo. He's 0-for-1. Ground ball is short. Arcia for the out. Let's see. John says your audio's buffering. Watch in a browser. They shouldn't cry poor anymore. More carded seasons. I would think so. Better card stock. Bernie says OOTP Go, Apago, and Diamond Mine. You don't really know how they're selling, but yeah, there's not much. And Apago, I don't think is all that good. Sports Sims was a Mike says, Sports Sims was a company that allowed you to draft real NFL players and play a season. Your subscription was monthly, but it took a month from drafting, training, playing in postseason. They no longer exist. If they have a model where you know your month subscription will keep you involved and give you finality. Dynasty League, by the way, is $14.95 a month. Aaron Hicks, by the way, 1 for 2. He has a single, a run scored. Elder threw 18, 53 pitches, 3 1/3, 7 hits, a home run, a walk, and a strikeout. And there's a ground ball to Elder over to Olson for the out. 2 away for Urias is 0 for 2. And that's ripped into center field in front of Harris for a single. Yeah, audio can be choppy in the app, normally good on the web. You would think, considering that a lot of people pay money to use the app, that the audio would be good. We're hardwired in, so. Here's Gunnar Henderson. He's 1 for 1. He has walked and scored twice. 6-5 Orioles here with 2 out in the 4th. Pitch to Henderson. Struck him out. So Elder hasn't covered himself in clover. But the Braves are so good with the bats, it really doesn't matter. The home run from Frazier, 2 hits and no errors. After 4, it's 6-5 Baltimore. So Ozuna with a triple. Bernie says he plays Dynasty and finds it a good game. Would like to see older seasons. There's only 34 seasons available for that. Pitch to Ozuna. There's a line drive to Henderson, 1 out. So here's Riley. Austin is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Rodriguez in relief. Lines and fires. Struck him out. Got him with an 0-2 cutter. On the outside corner, 2 away for Albies. John says, yeah, but today the internet has been weird. I use your GPS for work on occasion for traffic checks. I'll do those every 8 minutes if you want. Clear sailing. And the GPS couldn't find you, and then YouTube has been buffering all morning. Okay. Mike from the truck, family football, 60s and today, 70s tomorrow. Sounds like the weather forecast. Always breezy, always 80s on Breezy Radio. Ozzy Albies is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Rodriguez deals. That's laced into right field. Santander will pick it up. And that is the 8th hit for the Braves. Eddie Rosario, 1 for 2, a double, and a run scored. Albies with good speed on first. 2 out here in the 5th. And the throw to first. Albies is back. Orioles will pitch out. There goes Albies down to Mateo, and that's into center field. Albies not only will steal second, he's into third standing. So Reuschmann with a rare error, and it's a single and an E2, or a stolen base and an E2. And so the tying run on third, 2 out. Thanks for the free 70s radio style plug. From your shameless plug, of course. Don't expect me to sing Oasis when you do the 90s, okay? So it's 1 ball count to Rosario. There's a base hit into right field. That's going to drop in front of Santander. Albies is going to score, and it's 6-6. And as our Red Sox fan would say, well, he's not because he's too busy picking up some sticks. So here's Arcia. Orlando is 0 for 1 with an RBI. Rodriguez deals. Struck him out. So the Braves will go to the pen now? No. Not yet. He's only thrown 61 pitches, for goodness sakes. Bryce Elder will stay out there for a little bit longer. We're halfway home on a cool, windy day in Burlington. 45 this time of year, we'll take it. 6-6. He joined us late. This one has been all offense all the time. Matt Olson, a 2-run homer for Atlanta in the first to make it 2-0. Then the Orioles come back for 4. They send 8 to the plate. Santander, an RBI single to score Aaron Hicks to make it 2-1. Mountcastle, a sac fly to make it 2-2. Austin Hayes, a double to score 2 to make it 4-2 birdies. They made it 5-2 in the third on a Ryan Mountcastle single. Then Atlanta came charging back in the fourth. Arcia, a sac fly to make it 5-3. Michael Harris, the second, a solo homer to make it 5-4. Then Ronald Acuna Jr. just crushed one to make it 5-5, his second of the series. In the bottom of the fourth, Adam Frazier a homer to make it 6-5 at Baltimore. And then just a moment ago, Eddie Rosario singled home Ozzie Albies to make it 6-6. Upper 30s in the far Pacific Northwest today. So Elder has allowed 6 runs through 4 and 8 hits. And Tyler Wells got chased in the 4th. Elder has a few more pitches in his arsenal, and it's not like that they're getting killed at this point. Save that pen. We've already had a 16-inning game in this series. Santander is 1 for 2. He has singled, scored, and driven in a run. Elder starts the 5th. Ground ball to Olson. Matt to the bag. 1 out. For Royschman, who was 1 for 2. That was a huge error, by the way, he had in the 5th. As a single and a run scored. Chopper to Arcia, who's going to have to hurry. The throw to first, and that is safe on the bang banger. And now they'll make the change for Tonkin. So a little excuse me swing, and Royschman beat it out. So Tonkin pitched in game 1. He went 2 innings, 27 pitches. He allowed a solo home run, a walk, and a strikeout. He's 33, fastball at 90. He might be able to get you 4 or 5 outs. Royschman on first. Mountcastle has 2 RBI and a single and a sac fly. Ground ball to third. Riley. Albies for 1. Olson for 2. And so after 5, it remains 6-6. So Rodriguez has gone an inning and 2/3. Here's Harris, the second. Michael has doubled and homered. He's 2 for 2. Struck him out. Got him on a 1-2 fastball at the belt. Excuse me, brings up Acuna Jr., who is 2 for 3. He has doubled and homered. His second of the series. He's now driven in 4. 6-6 here in the 6th. Popped up. Left side. Henderson has it for the second out. So Rodriguez is doing everything Baltimore wanted. Here's Sean Murphy. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Rodriguez deals. Popped up, left side. Mateo, almost on the grass, will make the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. And my answer to that, Bernie says the real question will be, if you already own thousands of dollars worth of strat seasons, will you pay $200 a year to play the game? To get younger players that need to get on a PlayStation and an Xbox. The strat thing is not for existing players. It is for new players, and they all have phones. Austin Hayes is 1 for 2. He's driven in 2. And that double. 6-6 here in the 6th. Base hit over Albies' head. No! I take that back. A line drive to center, and Harris will run that down. There. I can correct that. 1 out. Here's Adam Frazier. Adam is homered. He's 1 for 2. He's also struck out. Popped up. Arcia will have it 2 away. So here's Mateo. He's 0 for 2. Struck him out. Tonkin got him, and the Orioles go in order. So for the first time, we actually have a clean inning on both sides. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 6 here at Camden Park, or the Oriole Park at Camden Yards, easy for me to say, Braves 6, Orioles 6. So here's Matt Olson. He homered. 2 RBI, 1 for 3. And there's a line drive to right. Santander is going to let this one drop and hold Olson to a single. So here's Ozuna. Marcel 1 for 2. He is walked and tripled. And there's a line drive foul, third base side. Somebody from Ellicott City made that catch. 1 and 2 the count. Ball 4. Ozuna walks. So now we'll watch Rodriguez's pitch count. He has pitched into the 7th. That is what I thought they needed to do. Here's Riley. Austin's 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. Reuschmann goes out to change the signs a bit. Riley swings. That's into left. Hayes will make the catch. And Olson, did they get him napping? No. He gets back. 1 out. For Albies, who's 1 for 3. Ozzy's got himself a single, a strikeout, and he has stolen a base and scored. First and second, 1 out here. Top of the 7th, 6-6 the score. Game 3, Atlanta and Baltimore. There's a slow chopper to Frazier, who goes to Mountcastle and had to hurry. Albies is out. So it's second and third, 2 out for Rosario, who was 2 for 3. Single, double, RBI, and a run score. Yeah, it's aimed at older baseball fans who aren't aware or don't play. You can play it on your phone. I mean, we all have phones. And I think Zalapsky Smurf has it on the head. It's a gateway. It's not a replacement. It's a gateway. I was stunned when I saw that mobile gaming did $9 billion a year. Pitch to Rosario. Base hit right field. Olson's going to score. Ozuna will round third. Santander fires to the plate, and Ozuna is in there. So it's 8-6 Atlanta. It looks like Rodriguez was 1 batter too late. Oh my goodness, it can't go with Cano. Mike Baumann coming in. This series starting to slip away from the Orioles. 8-6 Atlanta in the 7th. So Baumann pitched an inning in the 3rd in game 1. He went 34 pitches, 3 walks and a strikeout. Inning in the 3rd, 3 walks and a strikeout. He's 27, fastball at 89. So Rosario has 3 RBI today. He's 3 for 4. Here's Arcia. He's 0 for 2. An RBI and a strikeout. Gets away from Reuschmann, and Rosario stays put. So the count moves to 3-1. And there's a ground ball left side, base hit. So Orioles fans starting to feel a bit glum here. Rosario's trying for third. Hayes will chuck it over, and he's in there. So the Braves have been aggressive on the base paths here. 2 out for Harris. Michael 2 for 3 has doubled. Solo homer. Run scored and a strikeout. Baumann's pitch. High fly ball to right. And Santander makes the catch. Just curious. Stretch time. 8-6. So talking in now. Yep, Bernie, I know two prominent people in the community that started playing in their 40s and 50s. Gardner and Steve Tower. Aaron Hicks is 1 for 3. Aaron's got a single, a run scored. 8-6 Atlanta here in the bottom of the 7th. Hicks into right center. Harris moving over in the alley makes the catch, 1 out. Urias is 1 for 3 with a single. Base hit down the line and left. That's going to be extra. Ozuna's got to go fish it out of the corner. And Urias is into second with a double. So every time the Braves try to stretch out that lead, the Orioles come knocking back. And here's Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar, 1 for 2. Has walked, singled, struck out, and scored twice. Henderson fouls it off, a ball and 2 strikes. Little chopper down to Arcia. Urias is going to hold it second. Henderson is... Well, Urias goes to third. Henderson's retired, 2 out. Scotty started at 13, so back in 1838. Pre-video games, board games as sophisticated as it got, and only Strat Basic. You're discounting all the people who do fantasy. That's who they're going after here, are the fantasy players. And those are in the millions. Santander, 1 for 3. A single, an RBI, and a run scored. 8-6 Braves here. 2 out, bottom of the 7th. Pitch to Santander. High fly ball to right. Acuna will be there, and he'll make the catch, and we go to the 8th. Orioles cannot score. No runs, a hit, no errors. After 7, it's Atlanta 8, Baltimore 6. So Bauman will stay in. Acuna, Murphy, and Olsen to face him. Acuna, 2 for 4, a double, and a home run. And 2 runs scored. Scotty, by the way, sent me some very nice bluegrass music to listen to last night. I really enjoyed that. Pitch to Acuna. There's a ground ball to Mateo over to Mountcastle for the out. 1 away. So here's Murph. Sean is 0 for 3 with a walk. Bauman's pitch. High fly ball, left field. That will leave the yard. Well out of here in left field, and it's 9-6 Atlanta. We will see, if it plays well, it'll increase the numbers. And if it sucks, it sucks. We don't know. But, yep, you got to give him credit for trying. And I think the back end of that will be a better product for everybody involved. My goodness, did Murphy ever hit that one. So we'll play Game 4 tomorrow. This one isn't over yet, but Atlanta on the verge of a 3-0 lead in this series. Olsen is 2 for 4, has singled homer, driven in 2, and struck out once. Fly ball to right, Santander makes the catch. 2 out for Ozuna. Marcel 1 for 2, a triple, walked twice, and scored a run. In the left, Hayes over in the corner and makes the catch. So A.J. Minter will come in to pitch for Atlanta. We go to the 8th, 9-6 Baltimore. How and where will they advertise? Now, see, they have a pretty good mailing list already. And in the last 48 hours, they've re-released the Express game. This is Strat. And $100 off on shipping. They just did that half-hour special on MLB Network. with Bob Costas playing the game. So I think some of it, well, remember, the game is still, hasn't even been released to a public beta yet. So some of it will be word of mouth, I'm sure. Some of it on the website. A.J. Minter has pitched once. He's 29 years old. Ads in the app stores. Yep. Fastball pitcher at 92. Pitched in game 1. Went 1 inning in that 16-inning marathon. 22 pitches, a hit, and a strikeout. And Kevin Pillar will play left field. He's a 7 and a 6. So not quite an old-fashioned double switch. Pillar will hit fourth. Royschman 2 for 3. Has singled twice and scored. Pillar immediately tested. Shallow left field, 1 out. A diving catch on the grass. Search, yeah, SEO. Be curious to see how it does. It could completely bomb. Here's Ryan Mountcastle, 1 for 2. Is driven into. Pitch from Minter. There's a ground ball left side, base hit. So the Orioles have a runner on. 1 out. 11 hits for them. 9-13 and 0 for Atlanta. They've left on 7. The Orioles, 6 runs, 11 hits in there, and they've left on 4. Austin Hayes is 1 for 3. He has doubled and driven in 2. Pitch from Minter. He swings. That's a base hit into center field. And here comes the tying run. Adam Frazier's already homered in this game. He's 1 for 3. He's a good bunter, too. He's here to swing away. Has struck out as well. Mountcastle on second. Hayes on first. Frazier the tying run. Minter struck him out. He got him to chase. 0-1-2 fastball. 2 out. For Jorge Mateo, who we're going to pinch hit for. Who can hit a lefty? Ryan O'Hearn, who is 1 for 3 in this game, or in the series. He is singled and struck out. He does have some power. And a home run makes it a 9-9 game. It is lefty versus lefty. Reverse splits here. Murph and Minter have a word. AJ, deep breath. Got him! We go to the 9th. The Orioles threaten but do not score. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the 9th. 9-6 Braves. So now you go with your closer, Yennier Cano, who did not pitch well in the Orioles Game 1 loss. He went an inning and 2/3, 27 pitches, 3 hits, 2 runs, a homer, and struck out 2. He's 28, fastball at 95. And with injuries to the pen, he is the firewall here. They cannot score anymore, Atlanta. Here's Riley. He's 0 for 4. He has struck out twice. And the game insists I need a shortstop. So Henderson moves to short. And Westberg is a 5 at third. So Jordan Westberg in the 9 hole. Wiley 0 for 4. Cano starts his appearance. Struck him out. Fastball outside. That's 3 for Riley. Here's Albies 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Stolen base and a run scored. There's a pop-up right side. Mountcastle will make the catch, 2 out. So here's Rosario, 3 for 4. Has driven in 3. Cano really needs an easy inning. Yeah, John, I think the Rangers were the best team in the AL. Take nothing away from Baltimore. Take nothing away from Baltimore. Atlanta's good. So you can win money for fantasy. It is gambling for sure. But there's a lot of fantasy leagues that don't play for money. You know, camaraderie and watching it and all that. So it's not universal gambling. Pitch to Rosario. High fly ball to right. Santander will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Braves bringing in Iglesias to slam the door here in the bottom of the 9th. Scotty, God bless him, thinks the Giants were the best team in the National League. Iglesias, too, this is his 3rd appearance. He got a save in Game 2. He went 12 pitches in Game 2, a walk and a strikeout, 2 innings, a hit, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. He's 32. Throws the fastball at 93 and the standard pitcher. Scotty does not think that the Giants were the best team in the National League. He's going to tell you it's the Dodgers. Aaron Hicks is 1 for 4 tonight. He's got a single and a run scored. Scotty's wondering when the next Dodger game will be. Next year. Ball 4, Hicks draws the walk. So that's not how Atlanta wanted to start. Here's Urias. 2 for 4 with a double. John says it's ironic. DeGrom gets hurt, Scherzer hardly contributed, and Bochy should go in the Hall immediately. No vote needed. I agree with that. Bochy and Francona. Pitch to Urias. Struck him out. A full count fastball, 1 out. For Gunnar Henderson, who's had a magnificent series, 7 for 14. 1 for 3 today, scored twice. A walk and a strikeout. Throw to first. Hicks is back. Pitch to Henderson. There's a ground ball to Albies. They'll get the runner at first. Olsen's there. 2 out. Hicks moves on to second. So last chance saloon here for Baltimore. 3 to tie, 4 to win. Santander 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Zalapsky would take Bochy or Tito to manage the Jays. Aren't they both retired? I know Tito is. Pitch, well, Murph and Iglesias with a runner on second will change around the sides. Iglesias, deep breath, and walked him. And so, why are they booing? Why are they booing in Baltimore? Who'd have thunk? Terry Kennedy's backup, for sure. So, Reuschmann is the tying run, and he's at the plate. They've burned 21 pitches off of Iglesias to get 3 outs. He's only gotten 2 so far. Reuschmann is 2 for 4, has singled twice and scored. Iglesias deals strike 3, and Atlanta is 1 win away from winning the traditional World Series. They win this one 9-6, 3 hours and 38 fake minutes. Braves 9 runs, 13 hits, no errors. They left on 7. The Orioles, 6 runs, 12 hits, and an error, and they left on 8. So Rodriguez takes a loss, although I don't think that's really all that fair. Bauman and Cano pitched well. Tonkin gets the win for the Braves, 2 2/3, a 1-hit ball. The Orioles' ERA for the series is 5.23. Atlanta at 3.18. The Braves as a team are hitting 3.13. The Orioles 2.60. Braves have a chance tomorrow to wrap it all up, to sweep. to 100-win teams, and it's been a one-sided affair for the most part. Hey, thank you so much for watching, as always. I'm Ron Juckett. Game 4 tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Room sales in Georgia are through the roof. We'll see you then. Have a good night, everybody.